Hello and welcome everyone. Here is Andy. Here's Alban Fire. I don't know how much time I have today. I think from 2 hours to more, but that depends on how the second half of the day will unfold. So without further ado, let's get back to business, and this is part 8 of Dragon Age Origins. I did redo the actions that I had to essentially, what I mean is to take all the artifacts from Oregon and let her go. Now I'll be able to sell them. Let me check that everything is okay with the stream. It looks like so. Looks like everything is working, so we can focus on the gameplay. Yeah. So what do we do? Let's start with talking to this emissary Peter. I think it's Peter.
The Circle of Magi stands ready to assist, Grey Warden, as do the Templars of the Chantry.
They will work together?
The sincerity of your cause has drawn them together under a common banner. It would not have happened otherwise. The Circle of Magi stands
Do you need anything?
ready to... There are always areas to improve on, Grey Warden. The most useful for my talents are runes.
Communal box for the resources you have collected for your troops.
The Circle of Magi stands ready to assist, Grey Warden. There are always areas...
So how do I contribute? I think I have a rune. Ah, I don't. Only the ones that are inside my weapons. Okay, I see. Let's talk to the dog.
Your dog is filthy. I can smell him 50 yards off.
Well, he will fell our enemies with his stench.
That may be so, but all the same, I would like your permission to bathe him.
Yeah, go ahead. He's getting a little rank.
Excellent. I will get my soaps, and the dog shall have his bath after supper.
Why are you unhappy, dog? Do you mean that you are actually that dirty all the time? That's horrible. Okay, that's it. Alistair, anything to add?
Something on your mind? Of course.
Questions? Okay, nothing to talk about. Liliana?
Something I can help with?
I'd like to
Yes?
talk.
What's on-
Okay, nothing to add. Win, how about you?
Oh, it's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
Are you alright?
Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
You are very sprightly for your age, though.
Thank you. You're very kind to say so. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
Hey, don't say those things. We still need you.
Oh, no. I'm not the sort of person that leaves things unfinished. I'll see this through, I promise.
Okay.
Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
Why do you ask?
You are younger than I, and your nerves yet have some steel in them. Did you feel any fear facing the abominations?
Some, but I knew I could not falter.
The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
But it is this knowledge that drives you to be cautious.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone, replaced by madness. And there is no turning back, or at least that's what they say.
You have doubts.
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured, or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
If one retains one's humanity, one is not an abomination.
Yes, it is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it. So, tell me, how did you become a Grey Warden?
Arl Ho massacred my family. Duncan helped me escape.
Arl Rendon Howe? The Arl of Amaranthine? Why would he do such a thing to you?
Out of jealousy. He wanted, however, my father to stay near.
You are the last of the Kuslands? I had no idea. My lord?
Don't. I'm just a Grey Warden now.
Yes, I suppose so. You can no longer have a title, can you? But that does not mean you must forget utterly where you came from. Take heart, dear friend. You survived, even when you were not expected to. We do not know yet what lies in store for you, or the name you carry. It is not so bad, is it, being a Grey Warden?
I'll do my duty, but I won't forget with how deep.
Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be. I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean to you?
It means I've been chosen to do something important.
There's that, of course. But there's more to being a Grey Warden than killing Darkspawn and saving the world from the Blight. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others. About serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men.
You mean to say I serve as a protector?
As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men, and you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they.
I suppose that makes sense.
A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
So in a way, having power confines you.
If you live apart from others, and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide they will become, how will they affect the pond. But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome. What's on your mind?
Are you feeling better now?
Oh, yes, and thank you for asking. I'm feeling much better today.
Please let me know if there is anything I can do.
Well, thank you for your kindness, my dear. It certainly warms these rickety old bones. What's on your mind?
I was just thinking about being a Grey Warden.
Is something troubling you?
No, I think it was the best thing that happened to me.
You are one of the 2 surviving Grey Wardens in Ferelden. You defend all of us, and much rests on your shoulders. It may not mean much to you, but thank you for having the courage to continue to fight.
I will be ready when the time comes.
And that gives me hope. Have you heard much about the Grey Wardens of old?
I know they soared through the skies in griffins.
Griffins. Alas, that seems to be the only thing people remember from the tales. The mighty flying mounts that bore the Grey Wardens into battle.
Well, I wish I had a griffin.
Unfortunately, they've all passed back into the Maker's hand. So that wish will have to go unfulfilled. It was said that watching the Wardens ride in on their white griffins was enough to rouse a weary heart and put the dance back in the step of an old man. The Grey Wardens were powerful, feared and respected, but they also inspired the common people. I remember a tale that was told to me many years ago.
Go on.
The Blight had ravaged the land for months, and the armies of the great kings had amassed for one last stand. As the sun burst through the clouds that boiled and churned in the dark sky above, it illuminated a vast, seething horde of darkspawn, with the archdemon at its head. And it was then, when courage seemed to fail, and all lost to death and despair, that the Grey Wardens came. They arrived with the beating of wings like mighty war drums and stood before the armies of men.
And what happened then?
The Grey Wardens, grim and fearless, marched forth, ever between the men and the encroaching darkspawn. They formed a shield of their own bodies and held that line until the archdemon was dead and the last darkspawn lay trampled in the dirt. And then, demanding neither reward nor recognition for their sacrifice, the Grey Wardens departed. When the clouds finally rolled back and the sun shone full upon the blighted ground, the great kings knew that they had lost no men, and none of their blood had been spilled.
When did this happen?
This is a tale about no battle the Grey Wardens have fought, and yet about them all. They have always defended us from the Darkspawn, taking losses so we do not have to. People may have forgotten over the centuries, but nothing has changed. This knowledge has been blessing and burden to Grey Wardens past, and now it shall be your blessing and your burden. What's on your mind?
As a Grey Warden, I'll never lead a normal life, will I?
No, you won't.
But I don't think I was ever meant to be normal.
I don't think so either. You would not have been happy living a dull, uneventful life, dying in obscurity. You wonder sometimes, don't you? If your life would be better if you weren't who you are.
I like my life.
I didn't. Not for a long time. When I was a young woman in the tower, I came to the realization that the circle would be my life, and I would know no other. Family, love, a simple life. These were things that others took for granted, that I would never have.
And this upset you?
It made me very moody. All I could think of was being trapped in that tower with no way out and no end in sight. I started hating my life and myself, and one night I found myself in the tower's chapel. I was seeking refuge, maybe answers.
Did you find anything?
I must have looked tearful or made some noise, because the revered mother came out and decided to speak to me. And because I had no one else to talk to, I talked to her. I must have said many silly things, but she told me that the Maker puts us all on our paths for a reason, and fighting our intended course is what causes so much anguish.
And that made you feel better?
I thought the old biddy was full of rubbish. I was 15, maybe 16, and I knew everything. So I left, but I always found my way back to that chapel. And as the years passed, I began to see the truth of her words. We were supposed to be polar opposites, mage and priest. But we weren't. There was much about us that was the same.
But priests have to choose to be priests. Mages don't.
Not all priests choose their path. Some children are given to the chantry to raise and become initiates. The revered mother had lived in the chantry all her life, as I had been in the tower for all of mine. She taught me that you can find your family in the people around you, that you can love your work and find fulfillment in duty, and there is joy even in self-sacrifice. If you put others before yourself, then their well-being is yours, and their happiness is your happiness.
It won't be easy to live that way.
You can scream and cry and be angry about life as a Grey Warden, or you can accept it and allow yourself to see the good in it. This is your choice.
Wynn got some more attitude bonus with me, so now she has even more willpower, and that means even more mana.
What's on your mind?
About the circle.
I will answer to the best of my ability.
Why didn't you want to stay at the tower?
The circle is in good hands. Irving knows what to do, and he doesn't need me underfoot. For now, I will support those that battle the Darkspawn. I do feel I left things unfinished in Ostagar. There is so much left to do, and I would be part of it.
I'm glad for your company.
The Grey Wardens, all 2 of you, need all the help you can get. I will see this through to the bitter end, and after that, if I am still left standing, then I will return to the circle.
I wanted to make sure you really wanted this.
No, of course I don't. I'm old and unsure of what I'm doing. Actually, I'd rather be in a warm chair in the sun, being served pudding or some other easily digestible food.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean in that way.
I know. I was just teasing. The ability to laugh at myself is something I developed too late in life. But to allay your fears, yes, I am sure this is what I want.
Right.
What's on your mind? I will answer to the best of my ability.
How did you become a mage?
People don't become mages. They are born mages. The talent just surfaces later. But you are asking how I ended up at the Circle. I was brought there by the Templars, just like many of the other apprentices. I don't remember very much. I was very young then.
What about your family?
I didn't have a family. I never knew my real parents. My earliest memory was of hiding in a hayloft on a farm, trying to keep warm. I was found, and the farmer's wife was kind enough not to send me away. But they had children of their own, and I was never made to feel welcome. The eldest son was the worst. He was always calling me a stray, and throwing anything he could get his hands on at me. And I don't know how it happened, but one day he just found his hair on fire. Fortunately, there was a large trough nearby.
Was he seriously hurt?
I had singed his hair and eyebrows, but injured little other than his pride. Who knows what they would have done to me had he been more seriously hurt. Thankfully, all I had to endure was a few nights locked in a cold barn with a bowl of water and a crust of bread. The Templars arrived several mornings later.
What a terrible experience for a child.
The barn kept me safe from the village children and the stones they would hurl at me. I was afraid, yes, but it could have been much worse. I'll never forget the moment the Templars led me into the entrance hall of the tower. I had never seen anything so grand in my life. I stopped being afraid then. I knew I was home.
That's a great story.
Well, that's about all there is to my tale. That's how I came to the circle.
What was life like in the tower?
I would be lying if I said it was easy. First, there were rules, and we were constantly watched to make sure we behaved appropriately. Then there was the study of magic. We had to cast the spells just so, control the effects completely. A single word spoken incorrectly, a gesture out of sync, meant lack of focus, and we needed to have perfect focus, or we would be in danger.
Danger from what?
From Fade spirits. If we were careless, they would enter our minds, and we would become abominations. Without the circle and my mentors, I would not have been where I am today. And there was joy in life at the circle. The joys of fellowship, in knowing that you were not alone in your struggles. In spite of everything, I was happy in the tower, and I loved it.
Okay, nothing else to discuss.
What's on your mind? I will answer to the best.
Okay, we've exhausted the conversation options with Win. Let's see what we can sell.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me.
Any rumors?
The Darkspawn have attacked Lothering. I don't think everyone even had fled by the time they came either. Word has it they swarmed the entire area, making off with prisoners and burning down the buildings, and then they were gone. Just as quick. I wonder if there's anyone left. I heard some chanters were going to head down south, maybe to try to find some survivors. And I'm not holding out hope myself. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Anything else?
There's another royal army already gathering in the east, but from what I hear, when it marches, it'll be headed west, not south towards the Darkspawn. Can you imagine? If the Benorn stand up against Loghain, we won't need the Darkspawn to destroy us. We'll do their work for them. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Something else?
More Grey Wardens were supposed to come here from Orlais, but I hear they got turned back. Considering all the questions surrounding what happened at Ostagar, it's just as well. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. It seems that some of the bands just won't accept Tyrn Loghain's orders. There's too much talk still of King Keelan's death and questions about what happened. You'd think with the Darkspawn knocking on our doorstep, people would be more likely to stand together, wouldn't you? That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it. It's said that the city of Highever is full of troops sent by Tyrn Loghain. There's been rumors of a revolt, maybe even one that killed the Kuzlan family. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. With a defeat at Ostagar, it'll be inevitable that the Darkspawn hordes start moving north soon. They have no one standing in their way, do they? That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Nobody seems to know where Oral Eamon is in all this business. If he were here, he could put a stop to all this talk of civil war for sure. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. There's news out of the Mage Tower that the Circle of Magi had a close call. Demons got out, but the mages were able to overcome them, though not without a lot of damage. I know mages bring such terror upon themselves, but I have to admit I'm glad we'll still have magic to wield against the Darkspawn. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, let's trade
Are you-
then.
I'm
Let's trade. So I'm going to buy Tome of Arcane Technique, Tome of Physical Technique. 1 point to spend on talent or spell. What's that? Blood Dragon Plate Helmet. Sylvan Mercy. Final Reason. Manual Ranger. Uncrushable Pigeon. Cat Lady. I need to check what gifts are fit in win. Let's sell wolf pelts, blank vellum, private documents, green stones, quartz. A red garnet you will need later, so let's not sell it. Can I buy back the items, by the way? I'm not sure. Malachite, diamond, silver ring, charm of still waters, sailor's charm, wildstone clasp, apprentice's amulet, shiver, feral wolf charm. I don't think I'll need it anymore. Caddis of the Lady of the Skies, Mabari war harness, enchanter's arming cap, enchanter cowl, Morrigan's ropes, Archon ropes, Kaelan's shield, Kaelan's breastplate, heavy chainmail, scale gloves, all that goes. Cinderfell gauntlets, inscribed, tier 6, 20% fire damage. Well, the point is that I haven't got a fire mage. But let me see what Wynne has. Electricity damage. I mean, neither that. I can give her that anyway, but I wish I could have some frost damage. Dane helmet. I think I no longer need that anymore. All those stuffs. Magic stuff. Magic stuff still. Short bow. Daggers, all of those beastman's. Dagger, I don't think it will be handy. The edge will keep for now. Axe will be sold. So looks like I'm not gonna make traps or use traps. So let's sell metal shards, trap, trigger. Demonic ichor, toxin extract. Have I sold everything I had to? Looks kinda like that. Let's save. Now I think I'll give Wynne the better gauntlets because they give more armor. And charged mitts I'll sell. And we'll need to examine which item is gonna be useful for her. Let's try the book. Let's try scented soap. Let's try Cat Lady. Hobble stick, and let's sell. Well, let's just not do anything and see what those will do. Oh, they both are appropriate.
Oh, what are you thinking, honestly?
What's wrong? Cat Lady's hobble stick?
That is...
I see. Okay. So what might she
You and your
like
friends are formidable.
then?
I'm sure.
What gift could be useful for her? Maybe brandy? Let's try brandy.
Oh, what are you thinking?
No, not brandy. There must be some gift
You and your friends are formidable. I'm sure.
for her that will be appropriate. I don't think that. Maybe Amulet of Memories and Kunari Prayers for the Dead.
Oh, what are you thinking, honestly? A generous gift.
Uh-huh.
Thank you ever so much.
Use. When can summon a memory? Uh-huh. That's
If there's anything.
that's interesting. Kunari Prayers of the Dead. And longbow. Why isn't it sold yet? And charged mitts also have to be sold. So Wynn has now a lot of extra willpower. Yeah, 35. Liliana also has bonuses. Sunset doesn't. Alistair has bonuses. Wynn has full bonuses. Excellent. How much money do I have? Enough to buy another book if I want to. I might want to later. Where do we travel? I think I'm interested
Indeed.
in
Yes.
exploring what Flemeth's hut has currently. If there is anything happening over there, maybe I'll bump into some event now. Who knows? Who knows? That will be fun. Yeah, here we go. What's gonna happen there? Traveler, Alfruit.
Oh, thank the Maker. We need help. They attacked the wagon. Please help us. Follow me. I'll take you to them.
I'm a bit suspicious. Alistair, threaten. Liliana Bard's song. And Wynn. I'll see if she activates her defense. I think it's an ambush. Uh-huh. Yeah. Ah. Right. They run.
The Grey Warden dies here!
Enemies approaching.
I'm paralyzed.
Make a preserve.
Getting busy. Let's grab some glory!
Who is left? How do I get... I see. Liliana, could you please go... no, you stand there. Stop, stop, stop! Oh, moron. Liliana, could you please come...
Right ahead.
Don't trigger traps, you idiot. Can you...
Right ahead.
No!
Brilliant!
What? What happened? Wake him up and talk to him. I want to disarm traps myself. Can I do that, please? Liliana, you go forward. And we'll go disarm traps. Trap detect, because I want maximum XP. I think they'll be okay there.
Trap right ahead. Trap right ahead. On my way. Trap
Well
right
done.
ahead.
More traps? Yeah,
Yes,
there are
of
more
course.
traps there.
There.
There are more traps there. I think they'll be.
Trap right ahead.
Oh, one trap was triggered here, unfortunately, by my friends. I couldn't stop them. They destroyed 3 traps. That's awful. The elven assassin is wounded and unconscious, but alive. You could tie him up and talk to him if you wished. No. That's it. Zivran. The crows send their regards. Between the Tevente Imperium, Rivain, and the Free Marches sits the nation of Antiva. Although it possesses few resources of its own, Antiva's location makes it a center of trade in the north, and the capital Antiva city is the wealthiest in the world. Antiva has virtually no army. The monarchy is too weak to support one. Most Antivans would be hard-pressed even to name the current king, as the true power lies in the hands of a dozen merchant princes, each with a personal army, and each locked in a constant struggle for power against all the others. Anyone would think then that Antiva would be a ripe target for invasion by one of their neighbors, but even the Qunari leave Antiva alone for one very good reason: the House of Crows. The most efficient, most feared, and most expensive guild of assassins in the world calls Antiva their home, and reputation alone defends the borders. Zivran was the crow contracted by Loghain to assassinate Alistair and Sunset. One failed attempt later, however, he found himself at the mercy of his would-be victims. He was killed, which likely has ruined the crow's otherwise perfect record of successes. Win. For Win, the printed word is a window to true understanding. A scholar by heart, she feels that what a people commit to the page is sacred by definition. Loghain Moktir. His actions sparked a civil war. Loghain's supporters found themselves fighting their neighbors who blamed Loghain for the death of the king, as well as those who simply wished to take advantage of the power vacuum. You might ask why I executed Zivran. That's because he clearly has chosen his side. Where's his corpse, by the way?
As you say.
Alfred. Maybe I should have given him a chance to talk. No, I don't know. Where's his corpse anyway? Oh, come on. I cannot see where his corpse lies. That's weird. And I cannot walk down here. Zevran's body disappeared. Maybe it's this one? Letter? Friends of Red Jenny. The task was never promised to be easy. You said you could enter the Circle Tower and you were believed. Find the small painted box in First Enchanter Earring's office and deliver it to the door marked in Denerim as agreed. Be prepared to find yourself hunted across Ferelden. Friends of Red Jenny. There's a sketched map of several doors that requires the box to be placed on it to block out false leads. New quest. Have acquired the small painted box as requested by the Friends of Red Jenny. The reward, whatever it is waiting off the market district in Denerim. Small painted box. Do I have it already? I do. Okay, let's try again. I don't mind. Just I will make the sound a bit less noisy. And we'll have to...
Trap right ahead. Enemy ahead. Watch out.
Let's go disarm traps one by one. Hopefully. Trap disarmed. No, Liliana, come on, please. Just... Damn it. Sorry. I'm going trap hunting now. Can I disarm traps here carefully without
Right ahead.
engaging in combat?
Trap right ahead.
Yeah, it's good. So I can go disarm traps. Only one.
Want to walk softly here.
But that's already something.
On my way. Trap right ahead.
I hope I can walk.
Right ahead. Trap
I can walk
right ahead.
here. Trap trigger.
Right ahead. I will fight if I must.
We must gain the advantage.
I shall.
Trap disarmed.
Make
Right ahead.
No.
and that too.
Trap disarmed and the Elven Assassin. Wake him up and talk to him.
What? I rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet.
Quiet. You'll answer when spoken to.
Ah, so it's questions you have for me, is it? Well, I do enjoy a good beating from a handsome brute. Let me save you a bit of time and get right to the point. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly.
I'm rather happy you failed.
So would I be, in your shoes. For me, however, it sets a rather poor precedent, doesn't it? Getting captured by a target seems a tad detrimental to one's budding assassin career.
Who hired you to kill us?
A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Logain, I think his name was. Yes, that's it.
Does it mean that you're loyal to Logain?
I have no idea what his issues are with you. The usual, I imagine. You threaten his power, yes? Beyond that, no, I am not loyal to him. I was contracted to perform a service.
And now that you've failed the service?
Oh, well, that's between Logain and the Crows, and between the Crows and myself.
And between you and me?
Isn't that what we're establishing now?
When were you to see him next?
I wasn't. If I had succeeded, I would have returned home and the crows would have informed your Loghain of the results, if he didn't already know. If I had failed, I would be dead, or I should be, at least as far as the crows are concerned. No need to see Loghain then.
If you had failed.
What can I say, huh? I am an eternal optimist. Although the chances of succeeding at this point seem a bit slim, don't they? No, I don't suppose you'd find that funny, would you?
How much were you paid?
I wasn't paid anything. The crows, however, were paid quite handsomely, or so I understand. Which does make me about as poor as a chantry mouse, come to think of it. Being an Antivan crow isn't for the ambitious, to be perfectly honest.
Then why are you one?
Well, aside from a distinct lack of ambition, I suppose it's because I wasn't given much of a choice. The crows bought me young. I was a bargain, too, or so I'm led to believe. But don't let my sad story influence you. The crows aren't so bad. They keep one well supplied. Wine, women, men, whatever you happen to fancy. Though the whole severance package is garbage, let me tell you. If you're considering joining, I'd really think twice about it.
Why are you telling me all this?
Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for sale, precisely.
Aren't you at least loyal to your employers?
Loyalty is an interesting concept. If you wish, and you're done interrogating me, we can discuss it further.
I'm not done questioning you, not yet.
Very well. Ask, and thou shalt receive.
What are the Antivan crows?
I can tell you that. They are an order of assassins out of Antiva, very powerful and renowned for always getting the job done, so to speak. Someone went to great expense to hire this man.
Quite right. I'm surprised you haven't heard much of the crows out here. Back where I come from, we're rather infamous.
You came all the way from Antiva.
Not precisely. I was in the neighborhood when the offer came. The crows get around, you see.
That's all I wanted to know.
Then, unless you're quite stuck on cutting my throat or something equally gruesome, perhaps you'd care to hear a proposal.
You tried to kill me.
Unsuccessfully. Besides, someone in your position can't take these things so personally, can you?
Actually, I can.
Ah, well, I suppose fair is indeed fair. What is it to be, then? All I ask is that you don't eat my remains or anything barbaric. I have nightmares about that sort of thing.
I want you to go. Tell the crows not to send anyone else.
I will certainly do that, though it is a slower death rather than a quicker one. Still, it is kinder than a cruel death. I shall take my leave of you then. I trust we shall not meet again.
Now I think I've disarmed all traps. Frozen lightning, and here
I shall do it.
the letter. The letter that I was expecting to get in the new quest.
It is begun.
Crate greenstone, crate elf root, then there is a death root.
As you say.
An assassin. There was another death root over there. And that leg hold trap, I understand, just got bugged because I definitely disabled it, but it still glows like it wasn't. So where do I go? I go, I think, the direction that Zivron ran in. Forward. To Flemeth's hut, that is. place is empty. Completely empty. But the house can be visited. A chest. Liliana, will you be able to open it? Key required. I don't have the key to this chest. Oh no. Okay, let me then do one thing. I'll go to the camp and then go again. Take the dog only and to this hut once more. Can you find something? I think we already scouted the area, right? But let's try just 5 times. Hasn't found anything. Okay, let's go back to the camp. Then get back to...
Indeed. Of all...
Save the game first, then gather
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
everyone and go to the circle tower, I think. And from the circle tower, I'll go back to the soldier's peak. Will I have any... an encounter? What's gonna happen? This time it's just Darkspawn. Herlocks, Elfroot, Darkspawn leader above. I suppose there will be traps. No? There aren't any traps. Are you serious? There aren't any traps? Traps were on the other side. I see.
Trap right ahead.
Three traps. Okay, on this side. The one that is closer to the...
It shall.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
It is closer to the... on the right side, that is. I want to say just on the right side. Why isn't there a quick save at the start? Oh, I actually can save now. Sunset, can you stop? Can you go fight that one?
Here! Trap right ahead.
I see.
Trap right ahead.
What are they doing?
Yes.
Okay, we have to go away from these two. Where is Alistair? Sunset, go attack these ones. Wynn has to take some mana potion just to facilitate the process a bit.
I shall do it. Begun. Now you fall.
Wynn is okay. Okay. Darkspawn leader, Alistair, can you not fall, please? Okay, that one is finished, and the final one finished also. And there's one more behind. What are you doing there? Still standing and flexing its muscles. Alright. Oh, sorry, I forgot to make the difficulty hard again. That's a bit unfair that I fought Zivran and these creatures on the easy difficulty. I just had this easy difficulty when I was passing by to get Morrigan's loot. Well, I can replay the battle just to make it more fair. But we'll have to
As you say.
travel together now. No more such...
Very well.
Here comes trouble!
No more such...
Alright, that's it!
Damn you!
No more such going forward and running to disarm traps. I cannot afford it. Okay, so... What? Whoa.
That's your order.
As you say.
Go forward here.
Trap right ahead.
Trap right ahead. Liliana, go.
Right
That's
ahead.
your turn.
On my way.
Trap disarmed.
As you like.
Yes.
Where's the leader? Liliana, that's a bad idea. Can you not do that? Go there.
Right away.
Go fight those creatures.
I am ready. Back!
Down you go!
I need to be careful not to lose them. So far I've used
Dispose
one
yourself.
poultice.
I shall do it.
Come and get it!
Well, honestly, it still went well. I mean, we killed them all, right? And the difficulty now is hard, but not that I had many more issues with completing the task. So actually it was almost as difficult, or maybe even less difficult than on the easy difficulty. I don't know why. Maybe because I didn't run forward like a madman and didn't soak
It is
up
begun.
so much damage.
As you
Could
say.
we? Yeah, thank you very much. Human corpse, some leather boots. Let's collect what we have here. Garnet and large darkspawn shield viridium, not bad.
It is begun.
Some coins, acid flask, lesser health poties, deathroot.
I shall do it.
Venom.
Very well.
One more elf root, a couple of hurlocks, and we'll be done looting here. I'm very happy that we disabled all the traps we've found so far in the last two encounters, because we got a really
is well.
massive XP boost, and Liliana is close to getting her next level, and hopefully she'll be able to take... No, she won't be able to take device mastery. We'll have to go with something else. I don't know what though. If we are going towards her master archer ability, then we'll require more dexterity and we'll need to increase her strength, because that will be... What? Oh no!
I fell.
Are you alright?
For a moment there, I thought I thought it was all over.
Thought what was over?
Everything. I will explain everything when we are back at camp. Now is not the time.
Okay. Let's get back to that later. Get a party and travel back to the tower.
My men have scouted the tower. You are very thorough.
Okay, I can't stay. First Enchanter Irvin.
Welcome back, friend. You'll be glad. Do not worry. I will.
Okay, we've talked about that already. Quartermaster.
You really killed. I'm sure you need supplies.
Let's try A.
I'm sure you need supplies after that.
I forget that he doesn't ask anything after the trade starts. So, reinforced Magus Cowl. Plus willpower, -1 dexterity, mental resistance. Wayne, what do you think of this one? I kinda like that she has a lot of defense. I'm alright with that. What about the book? There was a book that he sold. Where is it? There was a book. Or was there just one? I thought there were two. No? Maybe I remember wrong. Maybe there was indeed just one. Well, okay. I guess, fine. Let's open the door, go to the camp.
I think I owe you an explanation for what happened earlier.
Yes, you had me quite worried.
You should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. You spoke to Petra, did you not? She told you I saved her from a demon. I did, but I did not survive that encounter.
But you're standing right here.
Let me explain fully. I engaged a very powerful demon to rescue Petra. It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating. I remember my life ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness. And then I sensed a presence enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back, firmly but gently, as a mother would a child, eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds, and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me, even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time.
Then we'll make the best of that time.
Yes, that we will. What's on your mind?
Why did the spirit choose to help you?
I have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my dreams because I knew they were there.
I've never experienced that before.
I've always been able to feel the spirits, even if I never saw them. And as I nurtured my talent in the circle, I became more sensitive. I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream or in magical practice, that I was being watched.
Do spirits watch people like that?
I suppose they must. It is these benevolent spirits that create our dream worlds in the Fade. Sometimes I would see it, a glowing, nebulous form. Most times I would just feel its presence, gentle and comforting, but somehow alien. I think it is a spirit of faith. They have never been seen before, and perhaps I am wrong. But something tells me I'm not. It always felt like the same entity. This one spirit was curious about me, and was guarding me, for want of a better word.
Well, aren't you special?
There were times when I was in the Fade that it seemed to stretch forth to shield me, keeping me safe. And I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles, Ostagar being one of them.
And also in your fight with Petra's demons. And I suppose it felt it wasn't your time yet.
I don't know why I was chosen. Perhaps it knew that there was something more that lay in store for me. I like to think that I was given a rare chance, and I'm going to make the best of the time so generously given to me.
I'm glad you think traveling with me is worthy of your time.
I will not lie motionless in a bed with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. That is not the death for me. And so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden, and help prepare him for the task that is yet before him. So you had better listen to me, because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing things properly, I'll get up again to give you a good finger-wagging.
I'll hold you to that promise.
You know, I think you'll be all right, even without my help. What's on your mind?
Is there something we can do to cure you?
Cure me? What, am I sick now?
In a sense?
Even you know that you cannot cure the dead. And I'm not the only one dying. You are too. I'm just more efficient about it. Ah, child, your concern is heartwarming. But death comes to everyone, and it is not something to fear.
You're not afraid?
People fear not death, but having life taken from them. Many waste the life given to them, occupying themselves with things that do not matter. When the end comes, they say they did not have time enough to spend with loved ones, to fulfill dreams, to go on adventures they only talked about. But why should you fear death if you are happy with the life you have led? If you can look back on everything and say, yes, I am content. It is enough.
Are you content?
I think I've led a good life, a full life, and I, for one, am not afraid of death, whatever it may bring. They say that when you die, your spirit travels through the Fade and returns to the Maker. And after that, we'll see, won't we?
I want to load because I wanted to say something different. Actually, there's an interesting question I wanted to ask, which is quite relevant to me myself.
What's on your...
So
Cure
something
me?
to cure you in a sense,
child.
you're not afraid.
Why should you fear death? if you are
Because
happy
we
with the life
always
you have
want
led?
more?
Ah, human nature. You are right. Some people will never be content and will always want more. I think I've led a... They say that when you die...
No, okay, so she doesn't say anything special about that. Right?
What's on your mind?
Do you have any regrets at all?
I try not to dwell too much on the mistakes of my past, of which there are many. I would go quite mad if I did that. But I do have one regret. The greatest misstep of my life, made even more grave because it had dire consequences for someone else.
Tell me, it might make you feel better.
Years ago, I was assigned as mentor to a lad, Anarin. He was my first apprentice. Anarin was an elf, raised in one of the elven alienages, and he was very mistrustful of humans, especially humans in authority.
I can see how this could be trouble.
What Anarin needed was time. Time to get used to his new home, time to emerge from his shell, so we could build a rapport. I gave him no such time. I was young and arrogant. He is a mage, I thought. He needs to grow up and act like one. I expected too much from him too quickly. I gave no consideration to his origin or his feelings, and he retreated further from me. All I could think of was how stubborn he was, how he was throwing away all his talent and his potential just to be difficult.
And was he talented?
Oh, very much so. Sometimes I would catch him practicing on his own, but if I asked him to show me what he could do, he would freeze up or fumble terribly. You cannot plant crops in the cold, wintry ground. You cannot teach a student who is closed off and unresponsive. Patience is what is needed, and I learned that too late to help him.
What happened to Aneirin?
Aneirin ran away from the circle one night. I had berated him over some trivial, ridiculous matter that I no longer remember. I drove him away because of something utterly unimportant. He was a child, 14 at the time of his leaving. They had his phylactery, and they hunted him down.
Phylactery?
The phylactery is a vial of blood taken from a mage. But blood is connected to life, and your blood can be used to track you down. They called him Maleficar, a mage who practices forbidden magic, deserving of death. He was a child, misunderstood and lost. I begged the Templars to tell me if he suffered, if they gave him a quick death. I got no answers from them. I was his mentor, and they wouldn't even tell me what became of him.
It was cruel of them.
I should have known better. I had the best mentors. They were kind, compassionate. Why didn't I learn from them? I failed Aneirin. All I had to do was listen to him. He would try to talk to me, and I would tell him to concentrate on his spells. He talked about the alienage sometimes, and the Dalish. He always talked about looking for the Dalish elves.
Maybe he did find the Dalish.
The Templars are well trained and thorough. That he still lives, it would be a vain hope. The apprentices that came after Aneirin benefited greatly from the lessons I learned from him. In a sense, he was my teacher, and I his student.
And maybe his sacrifice was worthwhile.
And there it is. My story, my one greatest regret.
New quest, Wynne's Regret. Help Wynne find closure. Wynne spoke to about the first people she took under her wing, an elf named Aneirin. She was quite harsh on him and drove him away from the circle. Aneirin spoke often of the Dalish elves and dreamed of finding them. However, Wynne believes that he never managed to find them and that he was hunted down and killed by the Templars. He found Flemeth's tome and gave it to Morrigan. She seems quite eager to start studying it, and Macon only knows what she'll learn from it. Liliana's past. Liliana believes that assassins you encountered were sent by Marjolaine, her former mentor. You were given directions to a house on the western side of Denerim's market district, and Liliana wishes to stop by it if you are ever in the city. Perhaps she will find some answers there. Here we got some quests from our companions. Anything
What's on your
Wynne
mind?
can say? Ask something
will
about
answer
the circle. Okay, we've exhausted the options. Liliana?
Something I can help with?
About
Yes.
something. Okay, no more tales. Alistair?
Something on your mind?
Again, drinking poultices instead of... Thankfully I saved just before that. Why is this literally of a Drolla still... Why is it still
Something you
there?
need?
Yeah, let
I'm
me
sure-
see. Where's... I think I have something for sale, like studded leather boots, and again, darkspawn shield, and greenstone. Amulet of memories. I need to use it somewhere out there. Gather party, yes, I'm going with the dog to the mage's tower. I was standing there. Dog, can you find something interesting? Nothing. Let's try 5 times. No, nothing. Okay, let's try 2 more times. What if? And the final one. Okay, empty then. Back to the camp. And now back to traveling. Back to traveling, but before that I have to save. Liliana,
Indeed.
Alistair,
Yes.
win, and let's go to the Soldier's Peak, I guess. Will there be any encounters again? One more. Battle, it looks like. Oh. Hello, sir. Can I help you? Vessel of the Spirit. What? When disorients nearby enemies with the release of energy, restoring some health and mana and earning bonuses to spell power and mana regeneration. However, once she deactivates this ability, she is stunned and suffers penalties to movement, attack, and defense. No, let's not do that. When did Liliana level up?
Oh, lovely.
Yes. Yes.
Alistair, can you not do that? I suppose there could be... traps.
You're wearing really suits you.
No? No traps?
I am armed.
Burlock Omega. What's that?
Watch out!
A bit more dying, please.
Try not to look too
Now we do
incompetent. It's embarrassing.
I am exhausted.
Okay. Finished.
Time to taste steel.
Is that all? That went quite well. Herlock Omega. Don't remember if I've met this one. So, Liliana, what are we improving? Maybe 1 point into Master Combat Training, I think, definitely. 1 point here. What are we improving? Archery, 28 Dexterity. Aim. The archer carefully places its shot for maximum effect while in this mode. This decreases rate of fire but grants bonuses to attack damage, armor penetration, critical chance. No. Defensive fire. Slowing the rate of fire. Master Archer. Additional benefits when using aim, defensive fire, crippling shot, critical shot, arrow slain. Heavy armor. Suppressing fire. Scatter shot, critical shot, arrow slain. I think I want to go this line of development. Aim, and then I'll need 28 dexterity, and I have 26, so I can invest 2 points in strength, 1 into cunning, because cunning is necessary to open locks. Master Combat Training and aim. Yeah. 1 slot acquired. Tactics. Crippling shot, shattering shot. Maybe I have to use enemy is normal or higher, then enemy is normal or higher. And what else do we have? Shattering shot, crippling shot, pinning shot, aim. I'm not that sure, to be honest. I don't think I want to have it. Let's use self. Status health less than 25%. Use item lesser health poties just to be safe on that side. So Liliana, you lead because I want to be sure that I meet no traps. Ah. But there are more. What's Wind doing? Why is it so slow? Because she cast Vessel of the Spirit, right? Please don't do that anymore.
Send me.
Liliana, what are you doing there? Let's see if we can find any traps. Where are the others?
Make us breath!
Go away, people, go away. We'll need to reunite.
Let's end this! You forced our hand!
Nice! I killed 4 people in 2 sweeps. That was fast.
Praised.
Thanks to AoE damage from my character.
That was interesting. And draining.
What was that? Did you summon the spirit?
I called forth the spirit that sustains me, so that it could lend us aid. I did not realize it would take this much out of me. It seemed a good idea at the time, if a little rash. I think it may have weakened the spirit a little.
So you could kill yourself doing this?
Well, that's certainly conceivable. I suppose I shouldn't be using that particular trick to entertain children at parties.
Are you sure you can control that thing?
It's not a demon that requires controlling. Really, you need not fear it. I promise I'll be careful. And thank you. Your concern is touching.
Okay.
Yes,
Liliana,
my friend?
let's continue examining the place, making sure that we miss nothing on our way. I'm surprised that there aren't plenty of traps surrounding the area.
As you like.
Can the barricade be destroyed?
Yes, of course.
That's simply then. Okay. Traps? No? No traps? For real? That's boring. I honestly
Right away.
had hoped for traps because they would give me a lot of XP. Rubble blocked. Where am I going next then? I see. Okay. So we are arriving at the Soldier's Peak. Here we go. Win. Let's do what? Show me how it's done.
Immediately.
An Erin. Oh. Knight Commander Grigor. Interesting. I think there'll be Irvin, maybe Aldred, and that lady. Okay, this is Irvin. Doing some tricks. Petra, yeah, I expected her also. What about Aldred? Maybe there'll be Kalen or Maktir. Templar Guard. Who else will we have? An Erin again. Okay. Repetitions.
There's more up ahead.
Okay. Do I have any weapons against undead. Darkspawn. Anything against undead? Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, no. Alrighty. Hey, Alistair, why
Your wish.
isn't your threaten not activated, please? Is it?
Yes?
Is it prescribed? Ah, I see. Self any. Just always cast it. Always. Don't even wait for me to confirm. Kindly. So what's going on here? There are corpses? Uh-huh, I see. Quite loud, sorry. Mm-hmm.
Careful! I think they've seen us!
Who? Ah, from behind. From behind. There are 2 archers and a priest.
Quickly, we must fight!
And acolyte. There are more.
All right, let's go!
And that's it. Liliana has used up her... What? There are more? Well, that's interesting. Warden Master...
Let's make this quick.
His Master Scout is quite impressive. I'm completely out of mana and stamina. Interesting. Oh, this one is already killed, and Arlan Skeleton is the only one standing.
Fine thing we've done!
Any more? Any more? Any more? Let's save just in case. That looks like it's over. Warden Skeleton. Warden Acolyte and the statue.
As you say. It shall be done.
New quest. The history of Soldiers Peak. What quest? Learn more about the history of Soldiers Peak. You've uncovered some of the history of the base at Soldiers Peak. There may be more to learn, and perhaps you should seek it out. Okay. That will be, I guess, culture and history. Will gain Maktir, Win, and Zevran. They showed somewhat dubious mercy by letting him go, and what's become of him is anyone's guess. Okay. Culture and history. History of Soldiers Peak. I see where to find it later. Let's continue with looting. Collecting the spoils of war. Fighting. Creatures. Skeleton. Frost Rock. Scout. Antique Warden Crossbow. +1 damage. And rapid aim. Firebolts and some coins. Liliana, what do you think of this? Range is much higher. Strength modifier, armor penetration, critical backstab damage. Rapid aim I already have from my gloves, so Not that I need that badly. What else do we have here? Where is Levi Dryden? Has he gone upstairs? What an unstoppable man. Wait, where is he? Ah, here you are.
There's more up ahead.
Okay, we are supposed to enter, I understand. Okay, let's do that.
The men's morale is low. My spells are of no use in this matter, Commander.
There is more to leading men than sorcery, Avernus. I will remind them that they're wardens. Men, I won't lie to you. The situation is grim. Our forces outnumbered, our bellies empty, and our hearts are sagging. But we are wardens! Darkspawn flee when they hear our horns. Archdemons die when they taste our blades. So are we to bend knee to a mere human despot? No! I, for one, will never give up! I, for one, will never surrender just to dance on Arlen's gallows. So I propose here and now, in these hallowed halls where generations of our brethren stood vigil against darkspawn and evil, that we send a message to that fat bastard. In this sacred place, proud men, strong men stood defiant, and would rather die than submit to tyranny.
So brave, even when starving, and my great-great-grandmother stood with them.
Can't believe that King attacked the Grey Wardens.
Everyone knows they were banished, but to murder them like that... King Arlen must have been a monster, but I've gabbed enough. Lead on, my friend.
We have to make a hard save at this point, I think. First floor. Or rather, maybe... Ah, okay, that's the... Arcane Horror! Did you enjoy that? A note. What's the note about? A letter from Ben Methuin Wolf. Sophia. Arl Ruan and his entire family have been slaughtered, even the children. The Ruan line is no more and the Arlen belongs to the crown, for now. Arlan believed Ruan was plotting against him. Ruan criticized the king's spending on winter sand, that is all. It was no idle words spoken out of turn. The king goes too far. His brain is filled with madness, and he clings to the crown like a drowning man clutches at a straw. Sophia, I beg you, help us. If nothing is done, more will suffer. Your humble servant, Wolf.
Don't worry, I won't be underfoot.
What's behind the door?
As you say.
I see. The sounds they're making, very funny. Very funny. What's there? That commander is giving trouble to my people, it looks like.
I shall do it.
Yeah, actually he's quite sturdy. That's it. And that's it. Just spirit shard inside, nothing more.
As you say.
Warden skeleton. A note. A plea from Commander Atlar. Soldiers speak is more than we bargained for. There is sinister magic at work here. The man has seen things and cannot tell nightmares from reality. The fallen return to life to attack again and again, and we are assaulted by dark creatures the likes of which I have never seen. Whoever is responsible is intent on destroying us all, the King's army and the Grey Wardens both. Send help. We cannot last much longer. Commander Atlar. Some sinister magic at work, they saying. Weapon stand. Ice arrows.
Here I
Liliana,
am.
could you please unlock the chest? Grey Warden helmet. Red steel. Red steel, they're saying. 5 XP? 5 XP? What? 5. That's it? That's even a better helmet than the one that I have on Alistair. Oh, and actually fits him perfectly. What about me now? No, my helmet is the best one I have currently. What next? What next? I presume this door. And then this door.
well.
Another chest. Liliana, I'm sure this will have to be unlocked.
I'll do it.
Oh, no. Actually, no. It's just open. No need to pick the lock. Let's go forward. Demons and Archivist.
Now we do battle. Shall we done?
And so much for your Archivist.
Far too old for this.
Levi standing.
Must have victory.
Archivist. Or maybe Archivist. Maybe it should be Archivist actually. I'll need to check it out. Look it up on the internet. Archivist's book. This book is badly burned. You can make a word out here and there, and that's all.
The door won't hold, Archivist.
Archivist.
Almost done. The truth must be told.
What does it matter? We're dead.
Our grand rebellion so close. And to die here, a stillbirth.
We never should have done it. Wardens aren't supposed to oppose kings and princes.
Should we stand idly by while...
Another one. Rebellion? What's this about a rebellion? If only the book weren't burned.
Maybe there are other records.
We can only hope.
On the final years of Gaspar Asturian. Okay, let's read the story then. The History of Soldier's Peak, Chapter 1. The Grey Warden's base at Soldier's Peak was built in the middle of the Glory Age, several decades after the Second Blight was ended. Before then, Grey Wardens in Ferelden would take up residence in castles and forts that belonged to generous nobles. Warden Commander Gaspar Asturian desired a fortified headquarters where his forces could train and live. He planned that Soldier's Peak would be a city unto itself. The defeat of the Darkspawn and the Archdemon Zezikel was fresh in the minds of the Ferelden people, and many were willing to donate gold to build Commander Asturian's fortress. Soldier's Peak was fully completed within 10 years and dedicated to the Maker in 934 glory. From the History of Grey Wardens in Ferelden by Brother Genetivi, Chantry Scholar. As he approached his 60th year, rumors swirled that the corruption in Warden Commander Asturian's blood was beginning to take its toll. According to the reports from that time, the commander experienced terrifying waking dreams and heard his name whispered from the dark corners of Soldier's Peak. It is said that Asturian would spend hours locked up alone in the great hall of the base, muttering to himself, though no one was ever able to make out what he was saying. Many also believed that Asturian began in secret to draw up plans to expand his fortress, adding to it hidden passages and alcoves, all to protect himself from the shadows that pursued him. No one knows whether Asturian was able to complete his project, for his deterioration had become obvious to anyone who spent any amount of time with him. He was quickly replaced by Warden Commander Frida Halvik. Asturian was taken to Orzammar, where he submitted to the calling, the last rite of the Grey Wardens, and went to his death with honor. From the History of Grey Wardens in Ferelden, by Brother Genetivi, Chantry Scholar. Alrighty. We go next level. Floor 2. Quest updated. You've discovered another piece of the puzzle. There must be more to this. vase. I don't like the silence.
Make them pay for every inch, men! Hold the flank! Avernus, we need you!
Nelatep Obrasuth Sifan Net Bekon. Andraste's blood! What?
More Avernus! Whatever it takes!
Keli A Benfotos Victos.
Press them! Press them now!
No! I command you, fight the king's men!
Fool! So much death, suffering, and oh yes, blood. The veil is torn now. Your soul is mine, Avernus.
Acolytes, retreat now. The battle is lost.
Avernus!
What just happened? Oh no, more fighting.
Of course. Rage demon. Okay.
It has begun. Shall we done?
You dare to try to hurt.
As you say.
I see. I guess I have to.
Don't give them the advantage.
I have to destroy the dead wardens first.
Shall be done.
Now I think it will stop regenerating at last. Will it?
Come, let us end this.
Kinda, I think yes. Oh. Wardens have to be killed continuously, I presume. Not the time for looting, you know. Oh! He got regent. This indeed is annoying, I should say. Alistair, please.
Don't give them the advantage.
Okay, that's it. That was something.
The wardens summoned demons. Can't believe it. And my grandmother, she knew.
Wardens don't forbid blood magic. Anything it takes to win.
I believed that my family was better than that. But answers may lay up ahead.
That's true. Alistair leveled up, which is good news. Rage Demon. Winter's Breath. Ooh. Dragonbone. Restriction Mage. 25% cold resistance. 15% cold damage. Radiates cold. That is starting to be interesting.
begun.
Lesser health poties. Shrine. When is your next level up? I want to give you the cold spell, or to buy the book with that spell. We just know what weapon she will have, right? What's her current stuff? +1 magic. Cold damage, radiates cold. Yeah, but she needs more magic. Can you imagine? Well, next level it will be enough, but no, it won't, because it requires 36 and she has 32. Without the stuff it will be 32. Gosh. Oh. Maybe we'll find some ring that will give 1 magic bonus. Or maybe she will keep the stuff on her. Will it... by the way. if you switch weapons, yeah, the bonus magic disappears when you switch weapons, unfortunately. Well, that's fair, otherwise it would be too easy. Level up. Alistair, what do we improve this time? Shield Mastery, 26 Dexterity. Too early for that. I wanted something else. Death Blow, no. Cleanse Aura. Shield Defense, Shield Expertise. Shield Defense. Strength. I think I want more strength. Level 10. But I'll also need more dexterity. Or more. Let's go for strength for now. Dexterity will need 26. Oh. Hard choice. What are his attributes right now?
My
Star.
love.
32 and 20. No bonuses. 32 and 20. For Kaelin's Helm we need 36. 36 strength. And for Shield Mastery we'll need 26 dexterity. Kinda sucks, to be honest. 21, 22 plus 6 points. There will be plus 1. And I'll need to get one more point in. I'll need to get one more point somewhere. Let's go this way for now. Cleanse Aura. Cleanse Area, sorry. Removing all dispellable effects from those nearby. Friendly fire possible. Mental Fortress. Cleanse Area. Or should I continue improving his shield abilities? Shield Defense. Taking a penalty to attack. Shield Mastery. The defense bonus increases further. Let's go Shield Balance. It's sustained. Upkeep 35. Well, self any. Activate mode shield defense. Shield cover. I don't think I need shield cover. Shield defense. Okay, let's go next. I am kinda unhappy that I cannot choose the weapons that I find strong currently. We'll need to progress further.
I shall do it.
Sorry, I'll make it a bit less noisy now.
As you say. Damn you! Don't give them the advantage!
Raspberry Jam. Excuse me. Quest updated. And codex updated. Chapter 3. After Asturian's death, the rumors and theories became increasingly outlandish. One of the more ridiculous rumors told of Asturian's infatuation with an elven princess of lore, whom he was trying to resurrect in a secret ritual chamber through the use of blood magic and the princess's favorite food, raspberry jam. Warden Commander Frida Halvik launched a thorough investigation into Asturian's secret plans, but was unable to uncover any evidence that anything in Soldier Speak had been changed. Commander Halvik declared that the rumors about Asturian were a slight on his memory and that anyone found repeating them would be harshly punished. The stories were thus silenced from the history of Grey Wardens in Ferelden by Brother Genitivi Chantry Scholar. Oh. My girlfriend messaged me. I just saw her. So I'll be going down for some time. Sorry, don't lose me. I'm back. Hello, hello again. Masked Bandit, welcome to the stream. How are you? How are you feeling? When did you send your message? Oh, I have some dirt from the bike on my hands. Why is there no time codes on messages, damn it? Anyway, were they shown on the stream or they weren't? They were, but there is no sound from the app. Why? Is it because quiet mode is on? Interesting. Let's try again. Okay, interesting why I can't hear. I mean, it's for the better, but still curious. Only been here a few minutes, just getting started with my day. It's just it's just going on 6 a.m. here. Wow, so very early. I wish you a good morning. So what's the plan for the day? And I would appreciate, Masked Bandit, if you could tell me if everything is okay with the sound from the game and from me, because even though I've been here for 2 hours, it's still been quite deserted, so no one has been able to give me some feedback about what was happening. So kindly tell me. Maybe locked. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna meet behind the door.
Very well.
Step no further, Warden. This one would speak with you.
Who or what are you?
This one is the Dryden, Commander, Sophia. All these things.
Grandmother?
You have slain many of the demon ilk to get here. This one would propose a deal.
Stitching, gaming, working on some of my designs for the store. So a busy Saturday, it looks like. What are you playing now? Levi, I'm afraid your great-grandmother is possessed.
That, or she's really let herself go. My great-great-grandmother is dead. I don't know what that is.
Is anything of the real Sophia left inside you?
This one has tasted her memories, seen her thoughts and hidden places. But she is food for this one. No more, no less.
And why should I trust a demon?
What is one woman-child compared to your might? Strike me down if my terms offend. A fool this one would be to betray the Warden.
Tell me about the deal.
You can't be serious. There's nothing left of Commander Dryden. She's possessed.
Your fledgling should mind its place. Meek, subservient, quiet. This one will answer your question. The Soldier's Peak traps me. This one sees so many tantalizing places in the Dryden's memories. This one would see the world herself. For me to be free, into the Old Mage Tower you go and destroy. In return, this one seals the veil. No more demons, no more enemies. Your peak would be safe. Just let this one go into the world.
What am I destroying?
The magics, all moving things, the very stone if you have the power. Something inside keeps my kind locked away.
And what exactly will you do if I free you?
This one will roam, this one will see, this one will feed. But without me, the veil will grow weaker. More demons, more misery. You choose just one of my kind, or many.
I'm here on behalf of Levi. Tell me about Sophia Dryden.
This one knows all, but will only talk after the tower lies broken.
Before I make a deal.
Yes.
You tell Levi anything he wants to know about Sophia.
Warden, my family's been looking for answers for over a century, but not like this.
Trust me. Okay, let's Google that. It's interesting. So Sophia Dryden, Dragon Age. What are we supposed to do? What do we do here? So first floor, second floor. Tell you where it is after you help her. I don't know. We can min-max the story. Like getting maximum XP, but talking to the demon is kinda less pleasant. Okay, let's fight.
Then you are a fool!
Where is she? Ah, here she is.
I shall do.
Maybe, you know what, let's first of all create a hard save, just in case we made a mistake. Save game. Second floor. Or should we min-max? So if I talk to her, who are you? Tell me about this deal.
No more demons. No
Before I
more
make a deal, can you sweeten the deal?
You help. This knowledge is yours.
You tell Levy anything.
You get your gold and nothing else. The levy get...
I wouldn't have you deal with her or it on my account.
Do not accept your terms, demon.
Then you are...
Die. I don't think that she is strong enough to kill me. Or is she? She's quite sturdy, looks like. Oh, these skeletons are kinda pesky.
No quarter shall be given. Very well.
Okay, she's over.
Let's make this quick.
Now we do battle.
Levy, what do you think?
I can't believe my great-great-grandmother was still alive. Well, sort of alive, sort of dead. I need a drink.
Warden Commander gloves, armor, boots, and expert cold iron rune. Gloves, armor, and boots. Plus stamina, plus armor, plus fire resistance. Massive armor, by the way. Massive armor is good for example, Alistair. Massive armor. Item set bonus. So I'm hampered less. And I got more protection now. Fire resistance. And stamina and armor and physical resistance. Plus backstab damage. Stamina regeneration. Very good armor. But I'm still thinking about min-maxing. Kind of going to, like, promising her to take care of the situation. Then going to the mage upstairs. And then returning to her. Should we waste not much time on that? Well, let's save the game here and just explore the options that enhance the story for us to know what she has to tell about the whole thing.
Step no further, Warden.
Who are you?
This one would propose a deal.
Is possessed.
But she is a fool. This
deal.
No more deals.
So before I make a deal,
yes.
Tell Levy anything he wants to know about Sophia.
Warden, but not like this.
Trust me.
I'll support your decision either way.
Agreed. Any questions Levy has of the Dryden will be answered.
So, can you tell me anything about the tower?
You only must destroy. For your purpose, there is nothing more you need.
Okay, I'm off to break the tower then.
Good, good. Nothing must live. Gnash stone with teeth if you can.
Infernal dealings. Quest updated. You agreed to help the demon that possessed Sophia Dryden. After you destroy all her enemies in the nearby tower, she'll repair the rip in the veil between Soldier's Peak and the Fade. This will prevent more demons from coming through. And Codex updated. Sophia Dryden.
This one is waiting, Warden! Break the tower!
Okay, we cannot learn what she knows without killing the mage upstairs. So we just have to go there. Battle Axe, Viridium, Splint Mail, Viridium. And that chest is thankfully just open. Chainmail boots. What kind of armor have I dropped anyway? Lion's paw leather. Tier 3 plus armor. 10% chance to dodge attacks. Chance to avoid missile attacks. Who can benefit from that? Either Liliana or Wynne. She already has something nice and locked for a mage, so Liliana gets these boots. Light gloves leather, lion's paw leather, studded leather armor. Tier 1, tier 2. Okay, let's get going. Let's get going. Upstairs.
Trap right ahead.
Ooh.
Trap right ahead.
Oh, traps.
Maker's breath. Trap right ahead.
Just don't step in traps, please. Lightning reflexes. Achievement unlocked. What are those? This one? No, it's pickpocket. Disabled 25 traps. Not bad, not bad. Any more traps? No, not really. Let's
It's done.
see what those corpses have.
I shall.
We're very strong, it looks like.
As you...
Avernus's tower. I also found the rune, by the way, but I cannot put it inside without the mage's help.
It is begun.
These are quite strong.
Very well.
Are they trying to fist fight me? For real? Ability notes.
As you say.
This appears to be old research of the mage Avernus. They detail a series of experiments in terse clinical handwriting.
Day 32. The subject is not responding to the stimuli. Testing the pain threshold has uncovered nothing. Only 3 subjects are left. Day 82. If only I could reproduce last night's extraordinary success. Electricity is only a catalyst. The blood is the key. Day 97. Energy and blood. Repeated applications have duplicated the results. I conjecture that success can be induced alchemically. But there are no more subjects left. If only I had 1 more or a dozen. The things I could do.
Book.
It shall be done.
Avernus's notes. The taint allows us to sense the dark spawn. The longer we survive with the taint in our blood, the more potent it becomes. Unfortunately, this corruption will eventually overwhelm the Warden. Over time, it devours both mind and body, leaving nothing. But what if the spread of the corruption could be stopped or contained in some way? What if the Warden could become more powerful without having that power kill him? How great would that power be? Would it be enough to stop the demons? The joining ritual is crude. We take it ourselves the blood of the darkspawn in the most obvious way. Most die from the corruption immediately. It is, after all, poison. There must be some way to refine the joining, isolate the true power that is found in darkspawn blood, and leave behind the evil that kills us. I can feel the corruption starting to take its toll on my body. I mustn't succumb. There is too much work to be done. Through my magic I've been able to slow its inevitable spread, but not stop it completely. I'm starting to hear things even while awake. A voice more beautiful than any other that calls to me from the depths. In my dreams I see the Black City, and I am drawn towards it. There is something there, an answer to what that taint is, the taint that we share with the Darkspawn. From the notes of Avernus. Alchemical concoction. The noxious potion appears to be the culmination of Avernus's horrific research. It promises to unlock the hidden potential of the tainted blood you drank during the joining. Let's drink it. Diabolist. Achievement unlocked. I think we got some power of blood stuff. The warrior's own tainted blood spills and sacrifice, increasing movement speed, attack speed, and critical hit chance. For as long as the mode is active, however, the warrior suffers great damage and continuously diminishing health. Blood Fury. The warrior sprays tainted blood in order to knock back nearby enemies, which they may resist, by passing a physical resistance check. The gush of blood, however, results in a loss of personal health. I think I just don't want to touch the vial even. Can I choose not to touch it? Leave the vial alone. Just destroying it feels wrong, taking it also feels wrong, so not many options there. Avernus.
I hear you. Don't disrupt my concentration. Even now the demons seek to replenish their numbers. Are you to thank for this welcomed but temporary imbalance?
I know your crimes, Avernus. You're a monster.
A monster? For 100 years I have fought them, thought by thought, spell by spell. If I am a monster, it is because I must be one.
Careful. This man has dabbled in matters forbidden by the Maker. He may look frail, but don't trust him.
So the Maker told you that, did he? Short-sighted men have forbidden my research, not any god. Enough. Why are you here? What is your intent?
I've seen your experiments, and Soldier's Peak must be rid of its plague of demons.
Agreed. This must be the first priority. The only priority.
I've seen your experiments.
They were necessary. Any tool, any iota of information that could defeat the fell demons was justified. As a warden, you should know that.
Necessary. Having to relieve yourself after an 8-hour ride is necessary. But there's no excuse for summoning demons.
Charming.
I'm here to recover the Grey Warden's base.
An admirable goal. But in order to achieve this, the demons must be cut off forever.
I want some answers.
To what questions, I wonder? Ask.
How have you survived these many years?
The Chantry foolishly forbids blood magic, but there are so many secrets to uncover. As my body decayed, I found ways to extend it. But that can only go so far.
Tell me about what happened here.
What use would storytelling serve? The tyrant Arland is long dead, as is all our noble co-conspirators and the Grand Rebellion. Sophia's corpse may walk and talk, but she, too, is no more.
How was Arland a tyrant?
He ruled with fear and poison, his treachery pit noble against noble in terrible battle. We thought him a monster. We gathered allies to rebel. But the toll of years has erased our failure, hasn't it? It seemed so pressing then, but the kingdom lives on.
What happened to the rebellion?
Too many mouths to quiet. Even sorcery can only go so far. So we met with Tirn Kuzland. With him on our side, we had a chance of victory. Instead, the King's Guard ambushed us. Commander Dryden and I barely escaped.
The Kuslans almost rebelled. That's my family.
Is it? You lost many family members that day. I saw the Tiern's head on the meeting table, with an apple in its mouth. Arlen's butchers, no doubt, slaughtered enough Kuslans to make them pliable.
You had to know that summoning so many demons was foolhardy.
Perhaps, but it was survival. For months, I prepared the summoning circles, researched the darkest depths of the Fade. That moment was a triumph of demonic law. Dozens of demons, called by my hand. But with so many variables, I suppose, calculation errors were inevitable. I was so close.
You are to blame for all this. Some things you just don't do.
From a warden, that means something. So tired, so old. Let me undo my greatest of mistakes. Let me cleanse this place. Then I will accept whatever justice you feel I merit.
Commander Dryden knew of the demons?
She gave the order. I would have summoned the demons anyway. Only under wardens can true magical research continue. A chance to rediscover the secrets of ancient Tevinter.
You do remember how that ended? The Black City? Darkspawn?
Chantry lies told to subjugate the mages, to keep them docile.
How do you know the Chantry is wrong?
And how do you know they are right? Their faith would have you swallow a great deal for small comfort.
Something else.
Yes?
Sophia's great-grandson brought me here. Levi, go ahead.
Master Mage, sir, my family name has been worth less than dirt for over a century. Do you have any proof that Sophia was a hero?
The boy who braved the mists. So you heeded my call. Ha 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 ha, and you are a Dryden. The cosmos has a sense of humor.
Your call?
He was but a boy when he entered the tunnels below the peak. His heart pure, his character certain. In dreams, I gave him the keys he would need. He would be my deliverance.
Just answer his question.
Your great-great-grandmother was the best of us. Brave, charismatic, fiery, utterly devoted to the fight. But still we lost. We fought against a tyrant, you know, so full of vigor then, so blind to consequence. But proof? There's none to be had.
I'm sorry, Levi.
I had hoped. But thank you, Warden.
What was the purpose of your experiments?
To stop the demonic tide, to correct the miscalculations of the past. Blood magic comes from demons. They could counter every bit of law I knew. But the Darkspawn taint, that is alien to them. And it has power.
What power?
The Wardens use it merely to sense Darkspawn. A triviality. My research has discovered so much more, hinted at even greater heights. This knowledge could not only save Soldier's Peak, with it the Wardens could grow even more powerful.
Only a monster would sacrifice his fellow Wardens.
It was necessary. It was vital. The few meager years of life they would have spent trapped in this tower were nothing compared to the greater goal. I gave their death meaning.
I want to ask about something else.
Yes?
I'm not going to ask him about teaching, because...
So be it. My only request, if justice or vengeance drive you, stay your hand until the demons are dealt with.
So, the demons must be stopped, now.
We must go to the Great Hall. There I will repair the damage I caused so long ago. There will be peril. The demons will fight us every step of the way. Come.
Let's go. Let's go. Quest updated. chest. Let's open
Yes,
the
of
chest.
course.
Heavy plate boots. Could those fit Alistair? I don't think so, because yeah, he hasn't got enough strength for that. Quite ironic, to be honest, that Alistair doesn't have any strength. Helmet and a corpse. Quest updated. You learned about the establishment of the base and its founder's last days. No, not yet. There was one mystery, however, that persisted, and this mystery perplexed even Commander Halvik herself. When Commander Asturian went to his calling in the deep roads, he didn't have in his hand his sword, Asturian's might, forged for him by dwarven smiths and presented to him upon the completion of Soldier's Peak. Nor did he pass the sword on to his successor or to any other Grey Warden. While some maintained that Asturian had simply destroyed the sword in his dotage, others believed he had stashed it away somewhere in Soldier's Peak. One young warden claimed that Asturian had once grabbed him by the shoulders, fixed him with an unwavering gaze, and said, "The sword will remind you what it is to be a warden. Speak your oath to me when the shadows come. You must speak the words." What that was supposed to mean was never made clear. From the History of Grey Wardens in Ferelden by Brother Genitivi, Chantry Scholar. What's this word? I want to check the pronunciation lest I am incorrect. Dotage, old age, especially with some loss of mental ability. Okay, dotage. So quest updated. What quest was there? Or is it a completed quest? No. Ancient history, yeah. The records state that Commander Asturian may have built secrets into the base and may have hidden something important somewhere in Soldier's Peak. You found the clues, but where do they lead? I think we need to find some statue later on.
As you say.
Avernus? Why are you walking so slowly? If I go next room, will he follow immediately? Yeah.
We must act quickly. The demons are clawing on the gates. The veil must be closed.
What do I do?
I will unravel the summoning circles I drew so long ago. Waves of spirits and demons may come through. Dispatch them. I will begin. First, I must summon the magical energies. I feel them. They're coming.
Push them back! Quickly.
It has begun.
Alright, battle is here.
I can taste your
Make a
fear,
preserve us.
mortal.
Most excellent.
Brilliant!
That's a lot of blood.
Greater shade.
Shall be done.
Forced our hand.
Now we do battle.
This has gone well.
So there'll be 4 summonings. Ash Ray.
Watch out!
Codex updated. Ash Wraith. Legend has it, when Andraste's ashes were taken into hiding, some of her closest disciples gave themselves to the fire, that their restless souls might remain to guard her final resting place forever. Whether they are the spirits of Andraste's disciples or merely fate spirits, the temple that houses the sacred urn is filled with wraiths. Created from a burnt corpse, an Ash Wraith is a powerful and amorphous opponent, able to lash and smother while being immune to most physical attacks. Even if it's successfully dispersed, it can reform at a later time. Magic is the only real way to fight such a creature, wind and ice attacks being the most useful. They're capable of creating small whirlwinds that are devastating to anyone unfortunate enough to get close, and their touch leaves a person drained. Can I save? Can I save? No, I cannot. Desire Demon. Oh, that's an old friend of mine.
Missed! More the fools they! Don't give them the advantage! Quickly, we must fight!
I never liked this part.
Stop freezing me over, please.
Running! Embrace me!
I see. Win, could you please revive?
Hi. That's a lot.
Revive the main character.
Shall be done. Our skill has won the day.
Is that all? Looks like yes. Quest updated. Help Levi clear his family name. Wants to learn more. Has been mended. The veil has been mended, and the demons will no longer be able to manifest in Soldier's Peak. And I have no loot. Asturian's portrait. Let's say the oath. You found an old painting, one dating back to Commander Asturian's times. Perhaps Asturian's history points to this. Recite the Grey Warden Oath. Yeah, here we go. As easy as that. Asturian's stash. 1.5 sovereign. Large flawless lightning crystal. Shadow belt. Reduces hostility. Plus 3% melee critical chance. And Asturian might. Plus 2 damage, weakens nearby Darkspawn, plus 1 armor penetration. I'm not sure. I think the ones that I have now are better, much better, so we'll have to just sell it. Quest completed. You found Commander Asturian's sword, Asturian's might, hidden behind the wall in the Great Hall. Oh, Desire Demon.
Very well.
3.5 sovereigns. Ooh, bad. Avernus now.
It's over. The veil is strong now. Stronger, at least. I said I'd submit to judgment. And so I shall. Can I be left to experiment in peace?
For your crimes, death is the only verdict.
You went too far, Avernus. Warden or not, blood magic is forbidden.
So be it.
You've done it, Warden. Soldier's Peak is safe again. A good thing you took care of that Avernus. A blood mage. In the Wardens. Common folk should never hear of that. Some still distrust Wardens, even in a blight. Crazy buggers. But there was no proof to redeem my family.
Your grandmother, I'm not sure about, but you are a good man, a great man.
Well, thanks, Warden. For so long, I was focused on the past, on answers. But I think I would have been better off had I stayed at home. Enough of that, though. I find myself at a loss. You've got a whole fortress now. I suppose I should start plying my trade again.
Any chance I could convince you to stay on?
You know I'm no good in a fight, but I'm a fair trader if I do say so myself. My cousins have been looking for a safe place to store trade goods, and the Peak will do nicely. Whatever the Drydens have to offer are yours, for a sizable discount.
Looks like we're done here. A demonic invasion thwarted, a warden base safely rescued. We do good work.
Achievement unlocked. Master of the Peak. Master of the Peak. Completed Soldier's Peak. Warden skip. Level up. Quest completed. And more money. Levy Dryden.
Once my family comes, I might have some merchandise you could buy. Might.
Avernus. Robes of Avernus. +3 willpower, +3 armor. Improves blood magic.
Tidy the place up a bit too. Well, my nephews will.
Wind, what do you think of the robes? Where is it anyway? +3 willpower, +3 armor. No, I think I am good to sell this armor. Also, you might ask why I executed Avernus. It's because, well, not that I have any... I mean, I have a lot against him, but there has to be some law and order among the wardens, and such crimes are punishable, and somebody has to show that in no way we endorse blood magic and experimentation on our living friends, living fellow soldiers. Was there a quest item?
Shall be done.
Quest marker? I think there was something like that, no? Was it a glitch? Of course, it's sad. Oh, Statement of Defiance. I missed that.
It is begun.
This poster reads, "On these grounds, virtuous men stood against the tyrant. They stood defiant and stood for freedom, and they died. It is signed by the Grey Warden defenders who were besieged by King Arlan's forces. Read the names of the fallen: Captain Mello, the Black Ferret, Chia Trover Lopez, Sir Derek of Orlais, and Jason the Longbow. Alan the Quibbler, Cartography Martyr, David the Silent, Dustin the Colorblind, Abenger of the Bovine Brethren, Ferrell the Feral, Sir Graham the Antirin, and Jason San le Argonauts. Langley the Nefarious, Lucky Lacuna, Mad Dogs Meadows, Matthias the Bloody, McQuirk the Wild Priest, Melissa the Magical Malefactor, the Stretched, and Packrat Dirksen. Sergeant Red Morrison, Santos the Silent Scimitar, Vitriolic Eric, Weak Eye Santos, and Wellburn the Exhaustive Fire. And that's it. I thought there would be something to happen after I read the list, but looks like no. Let's go out of the castle and see what's outside there. The music is still very nerve-wracking, and Levi Dryden's family hasn't arrived yet. Guess that will happen later at some point. Let's get back into the camp, I suppose. I'll go check on my girlfriend, whether she has something to say about our plans. Just a moment. Right, so let me check that my microphone is on. Yeah, it is. And why is there a black screen? Yeah, so what I want to say is I think I'll finish this part here, and we'll spend some time with my girlfriend. Then when she goes to her place, I will return to streaming and we'll have another few hours together. I just don't want to start anything new, and I don't want to do anything hastily. We'll have to think about leveling up and blah blah blah. So that will be done in my next part 9, I think. So Muscle Bandit, thank you for coming and joining me, and those who have been here silently, if anyone, and of course my regards to those who will see this part 8. I will spend some more time explaining my choices in the Soldier's Peak Castle, because I was quite fast in my decision making. There were reasons for that. And yeah, oh, the moon is beautiful. It's, I think, the first time I've noticed the moon in the game. And are the clouds actually moving? Yes, they are. And they will cover the moon even. Well, that was a good moment to look at it, actually. Quite impressive. So yeah, we'll see each other in a while, but I think exactly today, just later. You all take care, and yeah, see you in a few hours.